It has been a while since I've done a client check-in on the podcast, and I am really excited about today's guest. She is a mom of four, a wife, and someone who is very precious to me. She's one of my very good friends. And recently, I have been decluttering her house, helping her downsize, minimize, and create some systems in her home to help her run her home a lot smoother and to be able to reset a lot easier. You know how I like to reset, everyone. All right, we're going to dive right into our conversation today. She has lots to share about her experience, and I can't wait for you to meet her.
Am I on?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You look great.
Oh goodness, I just hopped out of the shower. Oh man, it's so fun to we see each other in person, and so fun to get on and just hang out online.
I know it. I know. I love you always.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna jump right on in, and
Okay.
I have a couple of questions to ask you about your experience with decluttering, downsizing, that we've been doing over the past couple of weeks. Are you ready?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. We're going to dive right on in. So, friends, this is my friend, Kristen Scott, and we've been friends for a long time. We
Yeah.
first met each other at MOPS group, Mothers of Preschoolers, when I actually had a preschooler. And Kristen
Wow.
still has preschoolers. She has 4 children. How old are your kids, Kristen?
So the oldest is 8, almost 9. And then I have a 7-year-old, a just turned 3-year-old, and a 20-month-old. So
Yeah.
1-year-old.
Yeah. And he was a surprise, wasn't he?
Yes. Definitely.
Let me tell you a little bit about Kristen. She is the most gentle, her spirit is just so sweet. And the way she talks to her kids is just so sweet. I'm sure that there's times behind closed doors where you're like,
Absolutely.
but she's an Enneagram 6, I think, right? The
Yes.
loyalist.
Yes.
And she is the loyal, faithful friend. And she's also very loyal to her family, to her husband. As we were decluttering, there was a lot of loyalty towards her husband and his things and what she thought he was attached to. So there was some good, interesting conversation between the both of us. And
Yes.
I'm more cut and dry. You don't need this.
Right. Right.
And Kristen is so gentle and kind, and she doesn't like to make waves. She's a very peacemaker type. So it was a lot of fun decluttering. So, all right, the first question that I have for you is what was life like before you started decluttering, before we started decluttering, but before I reached out to you and said, hey, Kristen, let's do some decluttering. What was your life like? How did you feel? And give us all the real honest stuff.
Yeah. So it was, as you can imagine, with 4 kids, it felt, and it still does feel, very chaotic most days. And the clutter definitely was an added overwhelming stressor in my life. So I just knew and was so thankful that you reached out to me, because I didn't know what to do. I felt stuck. I felt like something's got to change, and if it doesn't, I'm just going to go crazy. I felt like, so I knew that simplifying our life and making things a little bit easier in the home would overflow into every aspect of our life. Yeah. So that's what it truly has done. And I'm so thankful.
So can you give our listeners some description of when I walked in? What was it like at that point before we ever got started? You said that you felt stuck. You didn't know where to start. You knew that something had to change. So what did your home look like? I know what it looked like. It looked like a mom that was overwhelmed.
Right.
And you used to homeschool, but now you have 2 kids that go to school, but you have 2 little ones still at home. So there's a lot of coming and going. What did the home look like? If you can paint a picture.
Yeah. So obviously I had tried to create systems that would work. So it was a lot, a lot of bins and things and like areas where I thought, okay, the kids can access this basket and play with it and it be an easy way for them to just put it right away, after they're done with it. But I quickly found that those baskets didn't get picked up like I thought. And it just created more chaos and more clutter. And I was the one picking it up. And so I noticed after a while, I just got frustrated and I was like, I don't want to keep doing this. And there has to be a solution. So when you stepped in and said, look, I mean, if you just get rid of it, you don't have to keep picking it up. I'm like, well, that makes a lot of sense. Why didn't I think of that?
Mhm.
So I think just, you coming in, it was the motivating factor to say it's okay to get rid of stuff that you've had since Hudson was an infant. I mean, some of like those alphabet blocks that you saw, the little wooden blocks, that those were in his newborn photos. And
Oh,
so again, like I remember spelling out his name with my photographer. And so the memories were there. And I thought, oh, well, I still have these little babies,
mhm.
I need to keep them. And so I think for me, like having my kids a little bit spaced out between the first two and the last two, that I just kept feeling like I've got to hold on to all this stuff all the time and never part with it.
Right.
And that's not really the truth because every child is different, every season is different. And I've noticed that my little ones are okay without it.
Yeah.
So it's been freeing and really good just to say, you know what, okay. And what's funny, I know you might ask me this later, but like the kitchen set in the boys' room, they have not complained over the few items we've left for the kitchen. They are happy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's mind blowing to me. Like I'm laughing now. Like, what was I thinking before? Why did I keep creating these systems that weren't working when I could have just simplified and gotten rid of it? And, less is more. That's always, and that's what's so funny is my motto since I think it was the year, oh, let me think. It was like 2012. I went on a mission trip and the scripture verse that we did the whole summer was less is more. And I forget which Bible verse that comes from, but my motto has been less is more for a long time, but I have not exemplified that in my life. So this has
Yeah.
been really good to just say it's okay to have less. And
Yeah.
it does truly give you more joy.
Yes. Yes. So Kristen was talking about, we got into her boys' room and we had already decluttered several rooms before we did her nursery. And they had a kitchen set. They had several cooking sets and several toys. And like she said, baskets that she thought, motivate her kids to clean up. But really, it was a trap for dumping out. And I always say that I'm not a basket. When I store and I organize for people, I don't do it in baskets because for kids, it's more fun to dump out than to even play with the items. So what she was talking about is she had a kitchen set, and not only did she have a kitchen set and maybe like one plate and one cup and one pot. Hi, is that Emerson?
It is.
Hi, Emerson. And she had like a whole basket full of food. And I said, well, let's just weed out. If this is ending up all over the floor, let's weed out and let your kids only have a little bit, and maybe they'll find joy in playing with just a few items. And like Kristen said, they haven't missed it.
Not one bit.
That makes me so happy. So Kristen, before we got started and I said that I was coming, what were some fears that you and worries about decluttering that you were thinking about before I came or had been thinking about along and along? What are some of those fears and worries that were going through your head?
Yeah, so definitely some anxiety hits anytime, someone is coming, even if it's a friend coming to see your home and be vulnerable. And so I think some of the fears were like, am I going to have the energy to do this? Am I going to have the mental capacity to part with items? You know, it's emotional at first to say it's okay to let things go, and then, you know, once you do it, you feel good. But those fears before do really creep in, and you think, okay, is it okay to get rid of this? Is it, you know, am I going to miss it? Am I going to have to rebuy this item? You know, so thinking financially, is this going to serve me in the long run? You know, lots of things, just being vulnerable, letting you see the mess and the chaos. And, you know, I guess those are the main ones. Just, you know, fear of someone seeing behind closed doors.
Right.
You know, am I really okay with letting this stuff go? Is it, you know,
are you going to miss it? Are you going to regret it?
Am I going to miss it? Am I going to regret it? And is my husband, you know, one of my biggest things, just my personality is my husband going to be okay with this? You know, like, he was on board, of course, but each item I had to think, okay, is this his? Is it mine? Is it, where'd it come from? You know, so like racking my whole brain with all the things that come with that item, you know?
Right. So after we decluttered we did 2 rounds. I'm pretty sure we did 2 rounds. We did your living room, your office, and your dining room first. After that, what did your daughter request? Your daughter, who is 7 years old.
Yes.
She asked for.
Yes. So I guess she was truly the most excited about the transformation. And she instantly was like, Mama, when are you going to do my room? I want my room done. And I was like, okay, you know, we can make that happen. And she was ready, and she was on board to get rid of things. And it was really neat because she was, you know, easy and didn't fuss about, you know, less is more. And so she's really enjoyed her room, and she's been playing in it more.
Is it easy? Does she find it easier to reset?
Yes, absolutely. She does. It has been, her room looks great even now. It really is truly, you know, we put everything away, and it has a place, and it's just simple, and she loves it. So it's been really good for her. It's been sweet. And me. I like going into her room.
Do you like her room better than everybody else's room?
Yes. Because the little boys, their room is good, and her room, but my son, we haven't gotten there with him. So there are some favorite rooms right now.
Yeah. So how has this process impacted your life and your home, your motherhood, and your family?
It's been really good. And it's funny because even yesterday, my husband has, you know, coined the term reset. He's using it. And so it worked. Like you know, he knows, he has seen the effort that I have put in, and he's respected that. So, you know, for instance, the laundry that we, you know, talked about, the dishes, he has seen, okay, she's trying to keep an empty sink. How can I help her do that? So, you know, it was great yesterday afternoon. Well, like, you know, once or twice a day, if everyone's home, you know, on the weekend, we say, let's reset. And it might just be the kids have been on, you know, the TV a long time, and we just need, we need to get off of that, and we need to tidy up, you know, reset everything that we've taken out. And they do, and it's easy, and it's quick, and it's been so good for everybody. I mean, it really, that terminology is sticking with them. It's been a lot faster of a process for us. I mean, before it was just hounding and so much work, but now it's really truly simplified. So it has poured over into everybody, even though I've been, you know, the primary person that, you know, has walked through the whole process. They have still, and we have someone over here playing. they have really
got
come
on
on
board.
board and been excited,
Yeah.
you know, for the change. So it has been
Awesome.
truly life-changing. I mean, we are just so thankful.
Well, it's so funny how just changing, like you said, changing the terminology from, hey, let's clean up to, hey, let's reset. It's
Right.
really, it just gives it a different definition. When I say, okay, I'm going to wipe down counters, I'm going to dust, I'm going to vacuum. That to me is cleaning. When I say reset, it's basically, okay, let's start over from scratch. Let's reset everything, and set it up where it's supposed to go. And if you can like teach that terminology, like you said, to your family, get it, and it's simple.
He's saying, let's go outside. Not
Let's
right
go
now.
outside.
Mama's on the phone.
All
Mama's on
right.
the phone.
So one more question before we hop off. The last place that we decluttered and reset was your laundry room. And I gave you a suggestion of how to create habit stacking, which is, okay, and how I do my laundry podcast is I start a load at night. I switch it to the dryer in the morning. By the time it's done after breakfast or taking the kids to school or coming back from the gym, I take the laundry out and I stick it on the couch or on top of the counter where we have a laundry folding counter for my husband, who I have invited, who I've asked to share in this process, in this habit with me, because I struggle with the folding process. And so we've negotiated where if he folds and it's set up on stacks, I will just go put it away. And so the process works like clockwork. And I shared that with you. So
Right.
Did you share that with your husband, and how did it go? How is it going? What is y'all's habit for that?
Yes. So I did share it. And again, we're both on board on wanting to maintain that. And we have, Thomas he had been out of town, and I kept it going while he was gone. And then when he came back, he saw again, okay, she's really serious about this. She's done a good job of maintaining it. He likes how the laundry room is so clean. And he even said, I don't think it's been like this since we moved in. I was like, I know, you're right. And so, yes, it has worked for us. I don't always do it exactly at night, but
you have your own routine.
Right. I have definitely kept the laundry, clean and folded and put away since you've left.
Wow.
So we have, and even, Hudson was helping with laundry yesterday. That was his chore of folding and putting away. So we have implemented different people doing different things, but yes, we definitely manage getting it done. And it's been really good.
Yay.
We've enjoyed it.
I know that I've gotten some texts from you along because we're personal friends, and you've said, I am just so motivated. I am decluttering all the different parts of my home. I know that you were probably working in your closet last week because you posted some clothes for sale on Facebook.
Yes.
It will not cover your desire to sell things, but Kristen has this, she doesn't want to necessarily just donate. She loves the act of selling and making money. And it's not a matter of her needing the money. It's a matter of that she enjoys that hobby. That she loves having garage sales. I, on the other hand, am like, pack it up. I don't care how much money I spend on it. I don't care how much money I'm throwing away. Just get it out of my house, get it out of my life. And everybody's different. So
I know.
So tell us how much money you made after we decluttered your house.
Oh my goodness, Lisa. I mean, it's been really a blessing. I've had to really pray over. It's been a process of, praying over these things too, because it is challenging. I've learned a lot, and I'm thankful for your insight on it too, because although, yes, I like to sell, and that's fine, and works, it also is good to donate and to give away to people in need. So I've had to really learn that and pray over that, because there's not a one way that's wrong or right. But I think it's being willing and open, if whatever I need to do. Now, my husband, yes, he, I've been selling, on local, marketplace. I sold this weekend, I've been selling at least an item or two a day on marketplace. I sold that little basket, that you said, I've seen this since I first came, that little woven basket.
Yeah.
That a lady came, she drove like 30 minutes to come get that basket. But I'm shocked. Like, why do people do that? I don't know. Just like my hobby is selling, their hobby is buying. But
you can, to each.
Yeah. But it's been fun. And I've made several $1,000s, between the garage sale that I did, and between, just the local marketplace. I've made quite a bit of money. And Thomas was helping me, look at the garage, because it's still like the holding area for the items that we're trying to get rid of. And, I said, does it feel like less? Because I sold like all of Addie's clothes. They're gone. That was really good. I did, have to sell those for pretty cheap to get them gone, but I got those gone. And I'm little by little, it is definitely going away. And each item that leaves my home, it feels more freeing, and it feels good. And I know I'm going to have to donate a lot, obviously, but people are still buying it right now. I have, I think, 3 sales lined up today.
Wow.
Of people and they just come to my doorstep. And so Thomas is thankful for that, because he's like, you used to go and have to meet people places, and now they just come to our door and pick it up and leave the money and go. And it's convenient for us too, with the little ones. So, it's been good. It's been good. And it feels good to just be able to pay, when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, I made that money for the grocery store bill, so it kind of makes me feel good to make a little bit of money, since I don't have a job, but I have a big job, but don't make money doing it.
I bet that you are going into this holiday season more mindful about what's going to be coming in the house, about what you're going to be purchasing for your kids. And I know that you're going to keep decluttering. You're going to keep looking around, problem solving. And I really want to encourage you not to get too fast paced in your life to where it kind of snowballs. It kind of snowballs and becomes a bigger problem than what it needed to be. And so by doing those daily resets, I think you're going to be able to stay on top of that. So I just want to encourage you to keep it up. Keep me up to date with what you're selling, what you're getting rid of, what you're decluttering. And I just want to say, I'm so proud of you. And we're just going to keep on keeping on, girl.
I know. It's just been such a fun process. And I've truly shared, I was just sharing with one of my good friends after a birthday party on Saturday. I was telling them all about you and what we have been doing. And she also, wants to get to that place of decluttering and, and hasn't, found the time. So hopefully maybe she'll be reaching out to you, but I have truly enjoyed it and enjoy telling people about the joy of living more simple life. It truly is freeing, and you don't realize, wow, I can take this pressure off of me. I mean, we are busy mamas, and it's not fun to be picking up after kids 24/7,
No, and they're happy with very minimal stuff. They are happy. And we think that they need everything, and we have to keep up with everyone in the world. And it's mainly just changing our mindset and really having those boundaries that we're not going to give into the world. So
absolutely. I know Dawson just turned 3, and the only present we gave him was a scooter. That's it. A little scooter for outside. That's it. We didn't go, and that's the cool thing. I mean, we really do see that a lot of people do birthdays and everything big, but we never really have. But
Yeah.
it's still over the year, and between 4 kids piles in.
Yeah.
Sometimes
sure
creeps
does.
in,
It does. It does. It
So
does
you
creep
do.
in. Yeah.
You do have to stay on top of it. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you so much for sharing about your experience, for being vulnerable. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Okay.
yes, thank you, Lisa.
All right.
You have
Bye,
a good
girl.
day. Bye.
Remember me saying how Kristen is the absolute sweetest? Now you see how she is. She's just so precious. She had her babies all over her. If you're watching the video on YouTube, she's so gentle. I truly look up to her as a mom and as a person. I think it's absolutely amazing. So if you are someone like Kristen and you want to downsize, you want to declutter, and you have a hard time letting go, you may even feel stuck and not know where to start, I am offering some online decluttering sessions that are very affordable. What it looks like is that you get an hour session with me. You show me everything that you're struggling with, and I create a plan for you. I help you to get over those mental roadblocks that you're setting up for yourself and create an action plan for you to take steps to declutter and set up your home so that it runs smoothly and efficiently without it being stressful for you. And then after I give you those action steps, I check in with you, hold you accountable, and then we have a follow-up session where you're able to get ongoing support from me, ongoing coaching if you need it, and to show me your progress. So if you're interested in that type of session and you're just you can't do it on your own and you need the help, go to habitsandhome.com/services to book an appointment with me. I would love to help you and to help you set up your home to where it's manageable for you. All right, friends, I'll see you right here next time at the Habits and Home Show.